people, welcome to my channel. There is a squirrel outside my window. Not it's looking. Welcome back, or welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a fall eyeshadow look. The first day of fall was 2 days ago on Saturday, so I thought why not do that and answer some questions. Nobody asked me any questions. I saw this girl, what's her name? Sahar. She's a TikToker, but anyway, she did like a makeup look while answering questions, and I was like, that's a good way to, like, I don't know, get to know somebody, whatever. So I'm gonna do that while I do the makeup look. Now, if you saw my last one, or the most recent one that I uploaded, it was fairly quick. I mean, I did a lot of talking, which made it a little long. This one's also gonna be long, but the look itself should be like fairly easy, assuming it turns out good. I don't know, but let's begin. Water, I think that's what I need. Girl, now there's 2 of them. What if it like jumps up on the sill? Let's start with primer, since it's my new thing now. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh yeah, my primer, in case you did not check out my others, the primer I'm using is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I used it for the first time the other day, and it held the eyeshadow look for a while. I was surprised. I mean, not really surprised, but it was good to know, because I'm not usually one to wear primer. I had primer on one eye, and then the other eye was just plain, which is usually how I do my eyeshadow looks, or I used to do them. But I see why people use primer now. It's definitely, I would recommend it. Should I do fun ones? I don't like getting too serious too quick, so we'll start with fun questions. Let me see. Tell me your life story in exactly 1 sentence. Jesus, take the wheel. Next question. What would your warning label say? I don't need you. What is your guilty pleasure? I don't really have what are you guilty about. People will be like, oh, eating ice cream. I'm like, okay then. I thought that was a normal thing, but whatever. I don't really have a guilty pleasure. Psych, yeah I do. Oh my god, country music. I don't really feel guilty, but it's definitely one of those things where it's like if anybody were to ask me to list my favorite music genres, I wouldn't even mention it. Even though, I mean, I don't really know the recent artists. Like, I don't know a lot about country music, but there are a few songs and a few artists like Jason Aldean, Carrie Underwood, Kelly Clarkson, old Taylor Swift, like that type of country music. On very rare occasions will I feel like listening to country music. And I guess that would be a guilty pleasure, because where I'm from, who the heck listens to country? Well, actually, no, where I'm from, a lot of people listen to country music, but it's just not a thing that we do, from what I've heard. I mean, nowadays, who cares, right? So yeah, I mean, if I had to consider a guilty pleasure, it would be that. Although, I don't really feel that guilty about it. Stop. See, now I'm answering the questions more than I'm doing the makeup. Okay, in the last video, in my culture palette, I was thinking of trying out this section right here because it's very fall. Let's just try it out. I mean, if I follow the formula from the last video, it should turn out fine, but it's like, I think, what if I want to spice it? It's a good start. Okay, now we can get a little deeper. I mean, that was like, what, 3 questions? But I mean, I also hate small talk. So, fun fact, where did you grow up? I grew up in Michigan. Not Detroit, about an hour out from Detroit. The place that I actually grew up, not many people know about it because it quite literally had a population of 2,000 or so people. If you really want to know, New Haven, Michigan, that's where I grew up. What is the best place you ever traveled to? I would say Cameroon. That's where my family's from. My family's from Cameroon, and that's probably one of the best places I've traveled to. Overseas. Ooh. What do you think would impress your 5-year-old self? And what do you think would impress your 15-year-old self? It's funny, I still remember being 5. What would impress me most then? anything fashion related. I remember like I was obsessed with both like doctor kits, like I would play with those, and I got all these, you know, those like fashion books where you could like draw clothes or you could color like already makeshift clothes, like the, I don't even know what they're called, but I feel like every girl had those. I was just impressed with, oh my god, the color I'm going in, bitch, it's not even the color I was supposed to go in with. I was like, why is it so light? It's okay, we can fix it. I don't care, we're just gonna see what happens. But the color I'm using right now is 1960. Interesting. What happened in 1960 that's related to culture? I feel like a lot of places earned independence during that time. I could be making that up though. Okay, what would your 15-year-old self find impressive? Probably, I want to say my mentality today. Like, yeah, no, definitely my mentality, because mentally where I was at 15 years old, I don't know. I don't like that question. How do you prefer to exercise? I don't know why I want to answer this one, but listen. Working out lately has become more of like a mental thing than it has like a physical thing. Like I for sure literally have like a schedule, a workout schedule, and the title is Dream Body Routine. Thankfully, I did it. I'm honestly really comfortable with where I'm at physically. So me exercising now, because I still do it, like I make it a mission no matter how I feel to do it. And it's mostly because there was one day, one day where I did not work out. And I could not tell you what was going on in here. It was not pretty. So in terms of like, how do I prefer to exercise? As often as I can, and with the intention of just focusing on something other than my thoughts. That's not really what the question was about, but that's how I'm gonna answer it anyways. I just felt the need to put that out there. Like, working out isn't always about the physical aspect, it's more so about the discipline of it, at least for me. And I feel like for anybody that has like, not mental issues, but like for people who struggle with like overthinking and like, you know, all the other things that come with like being alive, definitely would recommend working out. And it doesn't even have to be like at a gym or anything crazy. Like I wake up in the morning, I used to have a gym in the old place, but we just moved, like I said in my other video. So now it's like, I'm not paying for a gym membership to do what? Sit-ups, like, so I just literally plop down right there on the floor when I wake up and I just get to it. I do Bretman Rock's ab workout. That shit. But I modify it, like really modify it. In the beginning, I used to really go in, but like I said, I feel like I'm good where I'm at, and now it's just a matter of like maintaining it, and also it just feels good to know I did something that I said I was gonna do. Like bonus points. Like I literally have created a schedule that I stick to. Like I try to stick to it, not time-wise, but whatever is on the list, I have to do it. And exercising is one of those things. If I had to do one thing on that list and give up the rest, it would be working out, because that's how I start my day. After praying, I pray and then I start my day, and yeah, everything else just kind of happens after that. If I'm on schedule, great. If not, oops. What do you dislike that everyone seems to like? Now, I don't know if, I mean, times are changing, and especially after COVID, I don't know. Maybe people have learned to like it, but I love being alone. If I had a choice between being alone and being with like, being at a party alone. If I had a choice of reading at home or reading in a cafe at home. A good in between would be like reading outside my house. Nowhere. I only like being around people when I'm in motion, because it's like, oh, I could run. You know, like I can get away from them. I love being alone. Like, yes, it's fun. I love it. I love it. I love it. And it's not something I learned to do. I didn't become introverted, if you will. I think that's what comes with being the eldest child. If you know, you know. But, or maybe not. I don't know. Because some older children be extroverted as fuck. I'm like, bro, you must be an only child, because there's no way. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. I don't know. I'm kidding. Do you? Obviously, some things you just have to make an exception for, and you can't just be cooped up all the time. I don't know. I personally think you can. I've never complained. I've never been like, I wish I could hang out with somebody. I don't know what that's like. But because I do have friends, I've managed to find friends that are like similar to me. Like, we'd prefer to chill at home, but I mean, if we're hanging out, we're hanging out. Like, for example, during college, I was roommates with my friends, and I mean, we'd stay home pretty much every weekend, not only because we had work to do school-wise, but just because like that's just the vibe. Like, we'd rather sit home and watch a movie than like go out. Really, there are some times where we'd be like, okay guys, we need to like go do something. Like, we literally lived in San Francisco for, I'll say 3 years, because COVID. They live in California, but I had to go back to Michigan. So there was a year where like I wasn't there. But even for the 3 years that I was there, I couldn't tell you anything about San Francisco except do not go. I mean, go if you want to, but do not stay, okay? It's one of those, oh my God, guys. What makes you happiest? That's a tough question. Also, I've been doing the same eyeshadow this whole time. This is gonna sound so like conceited, but I promise you it's not. Like, if you actually get to the part where you realize it's only you and you only, you'll understand. But if you're not there yet, it's okay. Best of luck. Like, genuinely, like, I mean that, because I remember when this wasn't the case, what I'm about to say. And I'm just glad I made it out of that. But anyways, what makes me happy is me. I could also be my worst enemy, but you know, what can you do? But honestly, that is what makes me happiest. Myself. Because you know how you're with yourself every day, every hour, like forever, basically. I've gotten to get to know some shit about myself, and learning those things has garnered some, like, I've garnered so much respect for myself just based off of like everything. I'm trying not to get too deep because I also don't know you like that. We're skimming here, we're skimming. Long story short, once you've been with you through a lot, you're just kind of like, yeah, it's me, myself, and I'll be my own best friend. Deadass. Also, new color. I'm going in with Wazobia. Also, don't mind my nails. I'm gonna get them done eventually. If you could choose a new name, what would it be? I love my name. Shout out to my parents. I love my name. I actually, fun fact, my family calls me Olivia, but my legal name, my government name, is Olive. It's Olive hyphen Ellen. Kind of like Marianne, Olive Ellen, but they don't call me Olive Ellen. Nobody calls me Olive Ellen. I just go by Olive. Keep it simple, keep it cute, okay? What is your favorite snack? Honey, anything I can eat. Anything? I am a snacker. Like, I'll snack more than I'll eat meals, which is a problem. I'm fixing it. But I'm a snacker, and I don't care what it is. I'll eat it. What is the bravest thing you ever did? Y'all, I quit my job when I really shouldn't have. But I was like, absolutely not, because y'all got the wrong one, and I'm really not about to walk up in there and start some shit. So I'm gonna just take my peace elsewhere, and that's exactly what the fuck I did. Sometimes you just gotta be there for you, okay, more than you're there for the money, okay? That's all I'm gonna say on that. Who's your favorite Disney character? I know, cliche, but honestly, Tiana. I'll never forget the day when they made a black person. I was just so excited. Like, I'm not really with the whole race thing, but that one, it definitely, I see where they're going with like just putting more black faces out there, because it's one of those things that, like, now that I'm older and I just see how futile everything like is, like, seriously, racism, what the fuck? But I can see how important it was for me to see black representation. So I definitely support, you know, whatever's going on out there, do your thing. But she was my favorite Disney princess, and it was actually because of that. Like, I was like, wow. And not only that, the soundtrack, don't play with it. Take me to New Orleans. That's where I want to go. I want to go to New Orleans so bad. I want to try that beignet. We make beignets too, but like, I want to see if they do it right. Not do it right, but I want to see how they do theirs, because like, they're the talk of the town. I want to try some. What is your favorite winter activity? Oh my god, being inside. Oh, look at that. When is your birthday? My birthday is December 15th. Gang. And I guess following that, how old am I? How old do you think I am? Because one thing, oh my god, that's one thing I saw a question earlier that was like, what is a question like you're tired of people asking you? Stop asking me how fucking old I am. I do not look like that young. Please relax. Okay? I am a grown-ass woman. I don't know. I'm 22 years old. Well, I'm 21. I'll be turning 22 in a couple months. But yeah. Do you have brothers or sisters? 2 brothers, 2 younger brothers. One's in college, the other is a junior in high school. So we're right behind each other. We're done with the basic get to know you questions. Let's ask some interesting get to know you questions. This video is gonna be long as hell, but I hope you stick here with me because it could get interesting at some point. Relax. Okay. This is my last time going in with that wasabi color. What was it called? Wazobia. What is the best advice you have ever received? If I can't think of one, it must have not been that good, to be honest. No, genuinely. The best advice I've ever received has come from my own fucking mind. Because when you're in the thick of it, the things you come up with, oof. The things you come up with, trust me, you know. You just gotta really sit there and think about it. No one has ever said anything to me that has like changed my life. No. Life changed my life. Figuring out life changed my life. So the best advice I can give you is to keep going. Like, I know it's so cliche, but like, tell me what else you're gonna do. What's the alternative? I'd like to hear it, please. If it's what we're thinking, then honey, that ain't what you think it is. Don't do it. Definitely just keep going. Like, it's so stupid, minute, cliche, but realer words, truer words have never been spoken. I promise. I mean, if you have any advice that somebody has told you that's been like, then let me know. But just for what I've learned, hold on a second. Ooh, and another thing, because that's the thing with advice. Oh my god, I'm trying not to get pissed right now. Definitely do not, and this counts for me too. Like, you don't have to listen to me. I really don't care. But do not take advice from anybody that is not in a position you'd like to be in. That right there is real advice. Whatever plans you have, 1, keep it to yourself, and 2, do not get advice from somebody who is not anywhere near or even close to the position that you're trying to get to. Especially if they just do this and never the actual work. Don't listen to people who just yap. Listen to people who are actually about it. Most of the time, they're not talking about it. They're just doing it. So, if anything, it's one of those, like, lead by example, or, like, actions speak louder than words. Like, you just don't. Everybody will say shit, but not everybody's gonna do anything. So, what in your life do you feel most grateful? My family. Like, seriously. What else? Literally tell me what else. You would, oh. Gee, that got dark real quick. Should I do it anyways? Is there something that... No, that's not the question. If you knew that in 1 year you would die suddenly, would you change anything about the way you're living now, and why? I might have to cut that out. Maybe not. I don't know. Let's keep it real. Should we keep it real? Is that a foot in mouth situation? I have a bad habit, apparently, of putting my foot in my mouth. Whatever that means. Like, child, anyway. I wouldn't change anything about the way I'm living, honestly. Even though sometimes it can be, like, such a pain in the ass. I honestly am grateful. And that's mostly because I already made the changes I wanted to make literally a year ago. Like, last year, my life looked so different from last year. Maybe not my life, but I definitely am different from who I was last year. Like, drastically. And people are going to be surprised when they find out, because don't tell anybody, but I haven't told anybody about me starting this. Like, I just wanted to do something for me first. So yeah, this is one of those things where I was like, I don't care what anybody has, because that's the thing, you tell people shit and they're gonna start putting in their 2 cents. 2 cents is not gonna do anything for me except instill doubt. So another piece of advice, I know I'm the queen of unsolicited advice, so you can just ignore me. I would totally get it. I literally told you to ignore me if it doesn't align with what you're doing, so I won't take it to heart. Just keep your hush. I feel like I've said enough on that. Moving on. How has your perspective on the world changed over time? Before I answer that, let's keep it pushing. Oh yeah, I was gonna answer it. Let's just say, I mean, as anybody, I definitely had a naive outlook on life. Not even naive. No. Because I learned about what monsters people are really early in life. So it wasn't even like I was shook by that. It was more so my continual optimism that got me fucked over. I mean, it's definitely gotten harder, but I still would say I'm more optimistic than I am pessimistic, even though sometimes it doesn't feel like that. I used to, despite what I knew about people, I still chose to see the good in them, and that's definitely something that has changed. It's final, like, people are monsters. Like, guys, envy is so real, and you would be surprised what it would make people do. I'm still optimistic about life, but I'm less optimistic about people. Like, I have more of a pessimistic view on people than I used to. Yeah, my brother just laughed. Mood. Like, I think the world is just full of sad people, and it's crazy because, like, you think you're the only one, but that doesn't mean you go out and do terrible things to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are people who are also sad, but they still choose to be good to people. And that's what I thought everybody was on. I was like, it's not that I'm immune to hardship. I just choose to be a good person. But people just like to be bad people. So it's like, I just kind of had to get a rude awakening. For the nth time. Not even the nth time. Like, this one was just one of those things that I was just shocked. Like, I genuinely did not know people would go that far out of envy. It's just so ugly. But yeah, that's how my perspective has changed. What was the scariest moment in your life so far? Don't tell anybody, but I literally had a near-death experience. I don't know if I'm going to tell you guys about it because it's like, it's actually scary. So, like, can't wrap my mind around it scary. So we're just not even going to go there. But just know, a bitch been deceased. What is your biggest regret to date? I'm proud to say I have 0 regrets. With the fact that I had to learn the hard way how people are, I still don't regret that. Cause like, I don't know. It's not to say I'm like an amazing, but it's not to say that I'm like without flaws. Of course not. But it's just like, I've been raised to be like, always be a good person. The golden rule, you know, just even without being like, just be good. Just be a good person. Even if people aren't good to you. I mean, obviously fight back. Don't put that on other people. Okay, put that on the person who did you like that, but don't go put that on other people. I've always met people with a clean slate. And so I treat you how you treat me, simple. So I don't regret anything because whatever I did to you is because you did it to me. I know they say an eye for an eye, but it's not even like that. Cause like, for example, they'll be rude, they'll lie, they'll gossip, yada, 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 right? Nothing hurts more than the truth. Maybe a punch, but like, nobody wants to go to jail yet. Try me. But it's like, nothing hurts more than the truth. So why would I regret being honest? Yeah, okay. Do you believe in destiny? Child, I have so many thoughts on that. I'm like still... I mean, of course, but it's like there's so many aspects to it, you know? Because you throw in free will, then it's like, okay, what the heck? What is destiny if I get to choose? But like, I don't know. I feel like that's like a whole separate video. I would love to talk about that, but I'd have to gather my thoughts first because I could easily start rambling right now. So I'm not going to do that. If you could relive one moment in your life, which would it be? I don't have a single moment. Like, let's keep going. I'm so over this. Sheesh. The rest of these questions are booty. What is the last book you read? To completion or like in progress? Because I'm reading this one. The Portable Young. He's a psychoanalyst. Check him out. But completed, shit, it'd probably be a book I read in school. This is quite literally the last book I read in college. Ever since then, throughout the summer, I was reading this one. It's like a French book. I'm trying to brush up on like my French. I can read it, but it's just like, it takes me a minute. Yeah, I haven't finished that. I kind of took a break so I could read this. I find it easier to read books that, like low-key educational books. I know, nerd, but it's like, I used to be able to read like fiction books like crazy, but now it's like, if it's made up, it just doesn't hit the same for me. It's like, I have so many questions about what's actually going on that I don't feel the need to like escape to like other realities anymore. It's just kind of like, what is going on? There's this gold one. I think I'm gonna go, yeah, obviously this one. But it's not like the gold from my other palette in my last video. Like that one felt more grainy, whereas this one feels like it's gonna come on like, not butter, but it's almost gonna be like actual eyeshadow and less glittery. So I'm kind of nervous to do it, but we'll try it. But first I want to go back in with this part because I don't want to get glitter on this and then have to go in. So we're gonna go back with Wazobia in the outer corner. Look at that smoke. Is it giving smoky or no? Probably not. What did you do as a teenager that makes you cringe now? The way I don't even remember my teenagehood because it was mostly spent like doing what I was supposed to do. So I didn't do anything crazy, if that's what you're wondering. What are your hobbies? Guys, another piece of unsolicited advice, get hobbies. But in terms of my hobbies, reading, writing, I've started painting. I used to learn how to play the piano, but we had to move, so I sold it. Not even piano, keyboard, but like same thing, right? I consider makeup a hobby. It used to be a chore, now it's just kind of like I do it for the camera, to be honest. Otherwise, I do my everyday makeup, and lately I haven't even been doing that. Like ever since summer stopped, I'm just kind of like, I've started my hibernation. I don't know about you guys. What is your favorite holiday? Christmas. Forever will be. Just because, again, that time of the year is amazing. The year's almost over, finally. The new year's about to start, thank God. You know, Christmas is there, my birthday is there. Everybody's like indoors. Just everything about December is, who knows you best? Besides God, me. Which is crazy because I'm still learning about myself. So that just goes to show you how little people know about me. Or about any of us. Like, how much do we really know about each other? It's a scary world. What skill would you most like to learn? Oh my God. Archery. I think it'd be so cool, and I feel like I have the arms for it. I don't know what that means, but it's just one of those things that just makes sense when I say it. What is one thing that instantly makes your day better? I would say praying. It doesn't feel right to start my mornings off without praying anymore. And I can't even forget. Like, it doesn't feel right. Like, once I do that, it feels like everything is okay. Even though it's not, it is. Just because I did that. So, when did you first feel like an adult? I feel like I've been an adult since I was like 7. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. It's always felt like that. But like last year was the year where I really was like, wow, what is going on? What is the most important? I don't know. I feel like I've answered enough questions, right? Did you learn anything about me today? But like, glitter on the inner corner and you're done, basically. I'm trying to think of questions that people I mean, I never look at people and like think, I kind of want to ask them, like, because I'm all about minding my business. So I never make it my business to mind other people's business. So I don't really know what kind of questions you ask somebody or what kind of questions people want to know. Like, what do people wonder? I mean, I like it so far. I think we could get deeper with the colors out here, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, I'm back. It's getting darker out. What's your opinion on the existence of parallel universes? Listen, I have these moments where I'll look in the mirror and I'm like, it almost feels like I could like reach in and like touch myself. So, my theory on that is I wouldn't put it past. Because, like, honestly, what do we know? And the things we know, once upon a time we didn't know. So, who's to say that there's not more stuff we don't know? Like, if anything, you should be like, it should be an automatic yes that they exist, because it's like, we don't know. And even if we never find it, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It's just that we didn't find it. I'm gonna sneeze. Yo, my wig literally shifted. Should I try the ring light? Let me try the ring light. Let me see. Oh, let's put chapstick. Hold on. If you were to go on a solo trip, where would you go and what would you do? My friend did a tour of Europe type situation, and I would love to do that too. I feel like that's so, like, how nice would that be to just travel the world alone? Scary, but fun. What's your favorite dessert? The other day, I saw this video of this woman who made, now, I'm gonna say it 3 different ways, so if it's anything other than that, I don't know what to tell you. Pecan, pecan, and pecan. That's my favorite pie. That's my favorite fall dessert. This will help. It'll probably just spread it, but especially since it's gold, it's like gonna be everywhere. But it's okay. All right. Oh my god, I was literally about to end the video and then I looked at how it looked and I realized I didn't put enough gold on this side. Like, this is what happens when I talk and do things at the same time. Alright guys, I did not like the outro. I don't know, it felt incomplete. So this is me doing the outro afterwards. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to see more of my other tutorials, check out the playlist. We'll try this again and hopefully we'll improve, because I'm like iffy about it. I mean, it's all right from a distance, but it's a bit messy, but it's okay. It's okay. I mostly wanted to get out the questions and then just be doing something during it. But yeah, more to come. Oh my god, my bangs are not it today. I need to get this sorted out immediately. I will see you guys when I see you guys next. Bye. And God bless you.